In 1868, it was the dawn of a new era for Japan. We call this the Meiji era. From the Meiji era, Japan began to modernize and establish a new, strong foundation for the country. How did Japan succeed at such rapid modernization? In this film, we will take a close look at how modernization occurred in the Tohoku region, specifically in Iwate Prefecture. Iwate Prefecture is located in the northeastern region of Japan, boasting the second largest area within the 47 prefectures, coming in only after Hokkaido. The coastal regions allow for a thriving fishing industry, and its grandiose mountain ranges fill the prefecture with bountiful nature. First, let's take a look back at the recent history of Kamaishi, a beautiful coastal city surrounded by ocean and mountain. Back in the day, Kamaishi city of Iwate Prefecture was a simple and small fishing village in the Tohoku region. That same village experienced exponential growth as one of Japan's leading industrial cities, dating back to 160 years ago when Takato Oshima, a feudal retainer of the Morioka clan, built the first Western-style blast furnace in Japan. With this Western-style blast furnace, they succeeded in the first continuous production of steel from iron ore in Japan. Unlike the conventional tatara steel-making methods, continuous and efficient operations became possible. This was the beginning of the modern Japanese steel-making industry. A Western-style blast furnace was first built in the mountains of Kamaishi city of Iwate Prefecture from 1858 to 1860. As the Western powers approached, demanding Japan open its borders, Japan deemed it necessary to obtain powerful armaments similar to that of the Western countries in order to fight. To do so, they created reverberatory furnaces all across Japan. However, to produce a cannon comparable in power to Western weapons, a larger amount of iron suitable for the cannon was needed. In addition, to produce pig iron, the material most suitable for cannons, a blast furnace that melts iron ore into steel became essential. The Satsuma domain was the first to work on the construction of a Western-style blast furnace. The reason why Western-style blast furnaces were put into practical use in Iwate and Kamaishi, a city far away from the Satsuma domain, is that the high-quality iron ore was mined in this area. In addition, there was the existence of the aforementioned Takato Oshima. From the age of 17, Takato Oshima traveled to Edo and Nagasaki to study Dutch studies and learned about Western practices in military, artillery, and mining. Following his studies, he was involved in the construction of a reverberatory furnace in the Mito domain and succeeded in casting a cannon. However, realizing the problems and limitations with the conventional tatara iron created from iron sand, Takato looked to create a Western-style blast furnace, turning his attention to the Ohashi area in Kamaishi, his hometown. Since plentiful amounts of iron ore had been obtained in Kamaishi for a long time, he built a Western-style blast furnace by referring to a blueprint described in one of the Dutch texts. Based on this success, Takato Oshima built another blast furnace in the Hashino area of Kamaishi, and succeeded in its operation as well. He would go on to be involved in the development of domestic coal mines, and was active as the leader of the Japanese mining industry. The Hashino iron mine was not just a facility for production-related activities such as iron ore mining, transportation of materials, and a blast furnace trace, but also for the activities of people involved in the industry, such as offices and mountain shrines. From the steel manufacturing process to the trading and selling of the material, one can feel the aura of people moving an industry forward within its remains to this day. Due to the success of Western-style blast furnaces in Kamaishi, including the Hashino iron mine, the Meiji government decided to build the state-owned Kamaishi Iron Works in 1874. With the opening of the ironworks, in addition to the third railroad in Japan to transport ore and charcoal in 1880, it demonstrated the importance of Kamaishi in the early days of modern Japan. Following shortly, the iron and steel industry went into full swing, and with the development of its industry and technology, the scale of the Kamaishi ironworks also increased to heavily support the modernization of Japan. However, during World War II, the first naval gunfire attack on mainland Japan on July 14, 1945, combined with the second naval gunfire attack on August 9th, destroyed the ironworks, and the city of Kamaishi was severely damaged. After the war, when reconstruction and full-scale operations were resumed, the city developed back into one of Japan's leading iron and steel works, with high-quality rails used for the Tokaido Shinkansen at the time of its opening. The population of Kamaishi saw its peak in 1963, but its scale continued to shrink afterwards with the construction and streamlining of the newer Tokai and Kimitsu steelworks. Finally, in 1989, the fire in the blast furnace of the Kamaishi works was extinguished. In the present, steel cord used for automobile tires are being manufactured at the highest level of quality in the world, and the Kamaishi brand is still protected to this day. The western area of Kamaishi contains the most amount of iron ore in Japan. Using that material as a driver of growth and modernization, and to catch up with Europe and the United States, a steel mill was built in Kamaishi. At the same time, if a steel mill is built, the population will grow, and subsequently the community also developed in the form of a larger city. Kamaishi is also known as the city of rugby. In 2019, an international rugby tournament was held in Kamaishi. Rugby has a long history in Kamaishi City, dating back to 1959, when the rugby club was first established at Kamaishi Iron Works. When the rugby club was first established, the iron and steel industry was gaining momentum, the population was rising, and the city was full of energy. After entering an era where the steel industry lost its momentum and the fire in Kamaishi went out, the energy and success of rugby players in Kamaishi has continued to cheer up the city. On March 11, 2011, the Great East Japan earthquake and the subsequent tsunami struck Kamaishi, located in the coastal area. Of the 1,000+ victims and missing persons in Kamaishi City, more than half were concentrated in Unosumai. After Kamaishi was selected as the venue for the 2019 International Rugby Tournament in Japan, construction of the Kamaishi Unosumai Memorial Stadium began. Since the decision to hold the tournament was made, reconstruction of the area and community has accelerated exponentially. The 2019 tournament was a befitting event to appeal the successful reconstruction of Kamaishi to the world, and the small town was praised by viewers all over the world. The location the rugby field was built on was once the location of Kamaishi Unosumai Elementary School and Kamaishi Higashi Junior High School, where students fled to from the tsunami, and was even named the location of Kamaishi's miracle. In that sense, with such lessons to be learned from the natural disaster, the international rugby competition was an excellent opportunity to disseminate Kamaishi's story to the world. For Kamaishi, an iron mining town that played a major role in the Meiji Japanese Industrial Revolution, the people still continued to carry on with their indomitable spirit accumulated through years of manufacturing.